Like you were saying that you're talking to your parents. I hope I'm not speaking as girly. You are surprised by the Joe Biden thing, and don't get me wrong, they're older
well,
people.
I can tell you. Let me say it is that
please, you say it
so
correctly.
My parents think that I'm a super Trump head, and I think most of the fans know that I don't really go hard for Trump, but I. Working at Compound Media and hearing the truth and watching the reactions of leftist media compared to what actually becomes true, compared to what actually is like said and like the propaganda, I found that there's propaganda on both sides. That
Without a
people wanna
doubt.
fall into whatever they want to think and stuff like that. So to what you were saying, the debate
I
happened,
was?
which I loved. Right, I loved
During the
everything about
Garrett
it
and Steve show.
because. Yeah, and I was watching it during the show.
So funny. Garrett pointed that out too. Are you watching the debate? I love you guys.
So this was to your point though. So I watched the debate. I loved it. I love seeing Joe Biden fall in real time, and this is why. Because everybody that loves Joe Biden, they're getting fed propaganda that he's doing perfect. They think we're getting propaganda that he's not all there. So what happened was in real time live, they saw him be flustered and not be able to think and not be
and
strong
mumble
on his
and
feet.
lose track.
And they're like. And she says to me,
Mabel,
she
says Mabel.
My mom, she says my mom.
I
and
love
she
you.
She's like, we didn't expect that. And I'm like, everybody who's paying attention expected exactly that. It's the people that are getting propaganded to think that he's strong on his feet that didn't expect it. And for the first time, those people saw that he's weak, that he's not.
They hung him out to dry, don't you think? The left hung him out to dry. They're like, this is our chance to get the fuck away from him.
That's actually funny too, because that's really more
It's
of
about
the
time
aftermath.
something's funny. I'm dying on here.
He was terrible, and people saw it in real time. And yes, CNN all of a sudden is like, I think they were getting fed bullshit too. Like
what do you mean fed bullshit?
I don't know. Like you saw when Andrew Cuomo is
Chris Cuomo.
Chris Cuomo. He's saying.
We didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't know. We thought it was all true, everything that they were handed to them. And then they get other information. They realize that they weren't getting the right stuff. You know, like they are just like everybody else is susceptible to what somebody else tells them, to what their scroller feeds are saying, to what their comments are being directed at them. What do you call it? Not AI, but when it shows you what you want to see. The algorithms.
Yeah, I would not have gotten that. And that's the
are
obvious
showing
thing, yeah.
you what you want to see. They want the left to be mad at the right. They want the right to be mad at the left. They don't want to see any good points either of the sides are making. And what happens is eventually the debate happens, and people see in real time that Biden is not a fucking strong candidate.
No.
That he never was. They're saying finally, who's running the country? If this is the guy that sounds like this, that's clearly not even all on his fucking feet, right? They're finally thinking it. What they're not thinking about is how did he get there in the first place? They're not going. They'll never go back far enough to see maybe the election was. They're never going to go back far enough to see maybe Bernie should have won instead of Hillary. Maybe Bernie should have won instead of Biden.
Well, they always had Bernie step down. There was nothing nefarious there other than them saying you have to step down. Am I wrong? I'm asking, not telling.
Well, that's the thing, is because that whatever that all these people had. Notice, again, when Biden was in the primaries in the last election, Biden, Kamala, dead fucking last.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Kamala dropped out way before Biden did, before Biden was supposed to. Everybody else is doing great. Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, Pete Buttigieg, fucking killing it, all just competing with each other, and then out of nowhere... They all dropped out just to give Biden the way.
Yeah.
Why aren't people looking at that sketchy ass shit?
People are, but
it's so fucking weird. Like, anybody with 2 fucking brain cells would be like, why? Like, Biden doesn't have a chance. Nobody.